everyone, welcome to the Rachel Corpus Show, Talking with Spirit. Thanks for hanging in. This is our first episode, actually, so while we're excited to give you some great content tonight, we're working through a lot of bugs. And I just want to tell you right away that working with this team at DSM TV Live has been exceptional. This is a passionate group of people putting out wonderful content, and I hope that you have liked the page so that you can watch tonight, and that allows you to tap into a lot of other awesome things that they're producing at this time. It goes without saying that this is a unique time in our evolution, in our culture, and you can learn a lot about what's happening in the Des Moines area and beyond just by tapping into this show. So my name is Rachel Corpus, and I'm your host for this show. I am an angel communicator and a psychic medium. What the heck does that mean, right? Well, first of all, my primary gift is angel communication. That means I communicate with angels. Angels are gifted to every single one of us at the time of our creation. Think creatively for a second back to the moment you believe you were created by God, source, universe, however you name your creator. At that moment, you are so loved and are so loved now that you are gifted some helpers. In our culture, we call those our guardian angels. And guess what? You have at least one or two guardian angels with you. So it's part of my born gift. I was born this way to help you connect with your angels. And our other source of information will be people who have passed. So the part of you that loves and thinks and feels, that part actually doesn't go anywhere after you die. You're done with this coat of a body that you're wearing at some point. But the thinking, loving part of you goes on forever. And that's how we're able to do this work together. I'll be able to connect you with other souls that have passed, people that you know that are family, friends, occasionally even animals who have crossed. This is wonderful, miraculous work, but it's right here in front of you, and I'm so excited to help you tap into maybe what you can't see, but it's there. Because once our family crosses over, they stick around to guide us. They love us. They're here to give you insight about your life. If you would like to have a reading with me tonight, this is what you need to do. On the Facebook page, send a private message that says, I'd like a reading. What our producers are going to do is they're going to send you a message back giving you a link to Zoom. And if we can get to you, we will. We're going to have a lot of callers tonight, so we're going to get to as many as we can. Once we get done with the Zoom portion of the show, we're going to go to Facebook Live submission. So if you're not up to being on camera, which is totally fine, kind of hang tight, because toward the end of the show, I'm going to look at the Facebook comments and then just do readings on the spot. So get your question ready. Remember, if you can't get a reading tonight, your chance is not over. You get to have a reading next week, because we're doing this every Monday night at 7 p.m. And we have a lot of different guests coming on the show to spread out what we know. So I'm here tonight as an angel psychic medium. And weeks to come, we will have a tarot card reader, and animal communicator. Lots of cool stuff coming up. The point is staying in this beautiful place of wonder and figuring out what we don't know. Where are our personal gaps in our spiritual development? And are we open to allowing other people like me, people who call in and our guests? Are we open to allowing them to help us to grow? Whew. Got a little nervous there. My words messed up. When I feel that happen, it's my message from my angels that I gotta calm it down, Rach, and just let them do their work. So what I'm going to do first to prepare for tonight is I'm going to get myself out of the way. So we get rolling. If I'm reading for you or sharing information, you actually don't need to hear from me. I'm pretty good in my field, but you don't need to hear from me. You need to hear from Spirit. So I'm going to kind of get myself out of the way. It's part of my process. If you feel like breathing with me, we're going to do that together on a nice inhale and an exhale, just to kind of center ourselves. And I've just silently invited my angels to get really close to me to help me with messages that will guide you tonight. Once I give a message for somebody that's called in, I want you to really pay attention every moment that there's information shared, because Spirit has this miraculous way of sharing information that's for the person on the call, but it's also for you. I don't know how they do that, but they do. They're not limited to our same limitations as humans. They're not human, they're supernatural. So listen to every message tonight, because there's going to be something for you. All right, let's go ahead and get to some reading so you can see how this works. So I'm going to put my headphones on, and we're going to go to a Zoom call. And this is Shelley.
Hello.
Are we good to go, John, with Jerry? Are we good to go with Shelley? I'm just doing a little quick check, everybody. Just give me a minute. Oh, okay. So, Shelley, I would thank you for taking a risk and being on the first episode of Talking with Spirit. I'm so thankful for that. And I know when you called in or you sent the message for this reading that you hope to talk to your mother. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, your mother is showing me that there's a same name, that there's someone named after her. Is that you?
No, close.
Okay, who is the person that shares the name? And I suppose it could be middle name, but who is that? She's saying same name. Who shares her name, Shelley?
The middle names are the same.
Middle names are the same. Okay, so when I talk to Spirit, what I ask them to do first is I will say thank you for coming to me. Thank you so much. And would you please validate that it's you? And Spirit has some very specific ways to validate that it's them. They will say something that only you will know, or they'll say what job they had, or sometimes they'll put in my body the feeling of how they passed, or they'll say something that I love, like we have the same name. She'll know it's me because there's same name in the family, so that's her validation for you. Also, when I asked to feel how she felt, I've got some belly stuff. What was her passing?
That kind of a lot of issues in her stomach.
Okay, lots of stomach stuff. I can sure feel that. Angels, would you just allow me to feel that in complete safety for a minute so I can tap into Shelley's mom? And Mom, I'm so glad you're here. What's your mom's name, Shelley?
Sherry.
Okay. So when did Sherry pass?
About 16 years ago.
Okay, wow. It doesn't feel that way. It feels like she passed just a couple of years ago, which as your helper, it tells me that your grieving is healthy, that you have allowed yourself to grieve and yet grow in relationship with your mother, which is beautiful. And I'm so happy you found that. With that in mind, have you had a chance to figure out when your mom is around? Do you know when your mom is around?
Yeah, sometimes I feel it.
Okay. So you feel it in your body, you know when she's around. Are there any obvious signs that she gives when you're around? When she's around?
No.
Okay.
Not all.
Then that's our work to be done tonight, because she does come through with some obvious signs. I think they're obvious. And if she has an opportunity to tell you what those are, then you have the opportunity to look for them. So, Mom, go ahead and tell me. So, you got a little grandbaby at home, right?
Correct.
What's the grandbaby's name?
Zen.
And do you have two other children around? Is it two other?
I have one other grandbaby,
Okay.
and then I have kids.
Okay, she says she's around the two all the time, so I think she's talking about her grandkids. She's giving me the number 2. When she's around them, watch your grandchildren. Watch where their eyes go. Are they sitting in their high chair, but they're looking over by the window? Watch for what they're watching for, because our children are actually born with intuitive abilities. All of us are born with intuitive abilities. And some people grow out of them after a certain amount of time. Some people don't. I didn't grow out of them. And it's such a blessing, because your mother gets a chance to come through for your grandchildren. Here's the really cool part. She got to hold them before they were born. There's a little bit of competition in your family. I've got some other people that are past that are like, oh, I got to hold them too. Oh, I did too. And then they'll say, shh, let us talk. We'll talk now. Everybody's kind of talking over each other. It's like a really loud Thanksgiving dinner. So please know that your mama had a chance to hold these babies before they were born. And because of that beautiful connection, she is able to come through for them maybe their whole lives, but especially right now. So watch where they're looking. Watch if you get a picture out of your mom, they might point to that picture like, we know her. We know her. They're going to have a heart connection with her because she's working hard on that. Is there anything specific, Shelley, that you want to ask your mom?
No, I didn't have anything specific. I've just wondered that if she ever is around, and if she's good and happy, of course.
Yes, because she chose to be good and happy. And whether we are in body or we're crossed over, if we choose to be happy, that's often what comes to us. Yes, I know that when we're humans, we choose to be happy, but bad stuff happens to us. I get that concept. I know it from my own life. But we do recognize that there's power in the choice of choosing happiness. When we cross over into the afterlife dimension or the heaven dimension, that choice of happiness is easier because we don't have all of those things that trigger us, like being stuck in traffic or friendships that are hard or paychecks that are never quite enough. That stuff is alleviated from us. Your mother is fully crossed over. She chose to walk over after her passing. This looks like it happened around her funeral celebration. So you think back to that time, it looks like when everybody was kind of packing it up and going home, she walked with, it looks like her parents and maybe, I'm not sure if it's a sister that she had passed. You might also have an aunt that's passed. There was some family that were there to say, all right, it's time to go home. This is your new home, and they walked her over to the heaven dimension. Her heaven existence allows her to be there and also not miss anything in your life. So mathematically, I'm not sure how that works out, but doesn't matter. It's the truth. She gets to be fully crossed over in her place of absolute rest and healing and peace and joy, and she gets to never miss anything in your life as well. Please watch for the butterflies for Mom. That's one of the ways she comes through for you. She also comes through in your house with a smell. I can smell your mom sometimes. She's got a nice mom smell. You might have that just kind of fleeting smell and then it'll be over. Sometimes that's Mom walking into the room, okay?
All right, awesome.
Shelley, blessings to you, dear. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. All right. And I hate to say this, everybody, but my computer is low. So can somebody come in and help me fix that? I've got my charger. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go to Anna. Thank you. Yeah. Do you need my charger cord? Because it's in another room. Hi, Anna. 1 second, dear. It's in a flowered bag. How funny. We're getting our poop in a group here. Anna, I'm going to get you kind of bigger on my screen. There you are. How are you tonight? Okay. Okay, so it's Amy. Amy, welcome to the show. I am Rachel. I am so grateful to help you tonight. And Amy, if we don't get my computer plugged in and I lose you, we will get you back. Okay, here we go. All right.
Hello, America.
Thank you. So it's Amy. I'm going to write that down. Amy, when you think about our time together, how can I best help you? Is there somebody that you want to communicate with? Are you wanting to talk to your angels about things that are happening in your life? How can I be your helper today?
Rachel, I just was recently diagnosed with stage 4 cancer.
Where is that in your body, honey?
All over. I have non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and I start chemo tomorrow.
Okay.
So, it's one of those things where I totally know I've got this, I totally get it. I just don't know my purpose, why I'm having to go through this BS. So I just need guidance. And I have a lot of people who have passed that I've taken care of and loved dearly with cancer. So I know they're in my corner. I know. So
This is a theme in your family. So you are right to know that you are never going through this alone. And your family that's passed who has some cancer experiences of their own, they are also aware of how the medical field has progressed since their story happened. So what they are going to do is they're going to do things like send you articles. They will be in the room when you have appointments to say something in the ear of the doctor that, when spirit stands by us and they talk out loud, most of the time we can't see or hear them, but our body will process that like our own thought. So they're going to be standing by your doctors, any anesthesiologist, because I see some procedures coming up. Do you know about that?
kind of, yeah.
Okay.
It's a long journey.
Yes, it will be, and you can do it. You can do hard things. You are made this way. Yes, your angels say that you by design are able to do hard things. You are not meant to be a sacrifice to this life. Boy, those are powerful words. You are not meant to be a sacrifice to this life. So this means that your whole life will not have this theme. This is a season and you're going to come out of it. I don't like to do future stuff because the future is very fluid, but they are showing me, they meaning your angels, are showing me things that you're doing after you receive healing. What's your life going to be like after this? And I want you to really take that to heart, because if you can believe what the angels are showing you about a life after cancer, every fiber of your being will say yes to healing. And that is more powerful than any chemo or any medicine that you take. I would encourage you to talk to your team, your family on the other side who's gone through this. Talk to them when you're about to go to sleep and you have anxiety because of this. Call them in. When you're about to go to an appointment, call them in. They know so much. I see a lot of white feathers around you, which is important because our angels have not ever been human. So they know what it's like to be angels, and they're perfect and wonderful and funny and quirky, but they don't know what it's like to have cancer. So they have asked your family members who have this experience to round out your care. When you have family that's coming through and working with your angels, look for the white feather. I suppose it could be any feather, but they're showing me a white feather right now. That is your validation from spirit, family, and angels that you've got a pretty strong team working on your behalf. You are being guided by your angel on your right side who's full of green light. That means that the angel on your right side is tapped into Archangel Raphael, which is our archangel for healing. You are being guided by that angel to look for foods that can neutralize or negate the other stuff that's added to the chemo. The healing element of the chemo is what you're being asked to invite into your body, but there's some other things that have to be added to the chemo that are hard on the body. Please do some research about what food could neutralize or negate those effects. Those are the words that they're using. And they're saying it's important that you keep eating them, even eating these foods, even if you can't taste it, your palate's going to change. Not forever, but for a while. But do a little. Yes, the words that they're using are food as medicine. They're giving me the taste of celery. So angels, can you take me into that data? What's the specific? Celery juice. Look up celery juice. It's kind of a big craze in the spiritual world. You might look up Anthony Williams, medical medium. He's got a show on Hay House. He's done a lot of books about how to do self-healing. I am tasting celery, and they're showing me a food processor, so they're making it pretty obvious that celery juice would be good.
Just bought one.
Did you, darling? Good. I can feel your spirit, and I almost want to say, F you, Cancer. I can feel you have not ever decided that this is going to be a name tag you wear, and that's powerful.
Yeah, that's exactly how I would say it. So, and I do. So
Good. Keep it up. Sometimes
you.
cuss words bring us power, and this might be one of those times. I want to say one more thing about this that I think you need to hear. Your ancestry who have dealt with any sort of terminal illness, including cancer, there's another theme that they're showing me, and it's the theme of being the person or the caregiver for the family and not always receiving that care back. Maybe because you don't ask for it, maybe because you don't realize you need it, or maybe other people are so high need, you say, well, my needs can happen later. I've got to be here for this person. What this season of cancer is going to gift you is a new understanding of, hey, I deserve love too. People are going to be stepping in to make you food. Let them tuck you in. Let them make the visits. Accept the help, because as a soul, hearing that we're not ever supposed to be a sacrifice to our life, this is how we manage that. Allow other people in to help and bless them by saying yes to the help that they offer. I see that changing as well, because after you get out of this season of cancer, and let's just hear them say that, after you get out of, yay, wonderful, you're going to have a new sense of, this is who I am. This is what I want. I claim it. Give it to me. Okay?
Yep. Thank you.
I'm going to add you to my prayers. I do those Wednesday nights about 8 o'clock. So I want to connect to you spiritually at that time. I'm going to be sending you love, and I'm going to be sending you green light from Archangel Raphael. So I hope you feel that, and I am going to be praying for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy.
Rachel,
Thanks.
just a quick one for you. Sherry Stigliano says she's been seeing repeating numbers all the time. Is Spirit trying to tell me something?
Okay, hold on. I'm just getting done with Amy here. I'm just trying to release her from the Zoom call, and you know me and technical stuff. There we are. Okay, there you are. Bye, dear. I think I just got off my Zoom call. So is that on Zoom, Jerry, that you're giving me that call, or is it just a Facebook, or?
It's just a Facebook.
Okay, let's go ahead and go to Facebook.
But you can jump back on
I can jump back on the Zoom. Sorry, everybody. We are going to figure this out together. I'm almost there. Open. So what I'm doing right now, everybody, is I am looking at my computer and I'm begging it to behave. That's the first thing. I'm speaking nicely to it, like you are beloved and kind. Please be nice. My computer's name is Karen. So I'm saying, Karen, come on, be nice. And there, she did it. She's getting me back into the Zoom meeting. There we go. I'm going to start my video. And then, Jerry, if you want to go ahead and tell me that again.
Sure. Sherry Stigliano says, hi, Rachel. I've been seeing repeating numbers all the time. Is Spirit trying to tell me something? Maybe repeat what I said.
Got it. That's good. Sherry has sent us a message saying that she sees repeating numbers all the time. She wants to know what that's about. And so I'd like to call in Sherry's team, angels, family. Sherry, you've got some animals over there too. So I wonder if you've lost some. They look like they're the color of a dog. So I wonder if you've lost some dogs, and there might be a kitty there or a rabbit, I'm not sure, but you've got a lot of teams around you. The numbers are important. Hey, everybody listening, this is one of those examples of when I give the message to somebody, this message is also for you. So please be listening. When we see numbers, numbers are a way that our angels communicate with us in a very specific way. Sometimes we expect angel work to be kind of miraculous and full of rainbows and butterflies. It is all of that, but sometimes it gets very specific because the angels say, all right, we've got your attention through the rainbow. You have noticed the way you feel around us, or we've sent your loved one who passed to send you the cardinal. Now let's up that communication a little bit, and let's please show you some numbers so you can get something specific. When you see a repeating number, your job is to go online and search meaning of angel number 63. And that is a number for you, darling, that it's coming from your angels. So they want you, after this reading, to look up the number 63. That's going to be some specific information that will deal with your soul purpose, your future. Sometimes when you look up angel numbers, it feels kind of like a horoscope in nature, where you feel like this could be for everybody. When you feel that way, read it again. There's going to be one small phrase or one paragraph that you think, okay, that is for me. Pay attention to those repeating numbers that are coming from your angels. When you see repeating ones, if you haven't seen those yet, you're going to be seeing them soon. Your angels are reminding you of a few things. Number one, when you see repeating ones, it's a reminder from your angels that we're right with you. We are here. We're not someplace else in another dimension. We're right here, as close as your breath. We're right here. The second reason they send you ones, like 1111 on the clock, or 111, or perhaps on a license plate, whenever you see 11s, that's what the angels call a manifesting moment. They want you to stop and say to God, Source, Universe, this is what I claim in my life. It could be things about your financial health, your physical health. It could be on behalf of your children. Claim what you're drawing to you in that moment. It's a manifesting moment, because once you dive deep into the spiritual world, you'll know that your thoughts create your reality, and this is a time that you can work on that. The other meaning of the ones that you're going to be seeing is a check on your thoughts. Are you being kind to yourself? Are you being fair to yourself? If you want to grow something in your life, let's say you want to move, your thoughts that are healthy will sound like, I deserve this house. I'm not worried about the logistics. I know it'll work out. I will be happy at this house. The thoughts that don't work are, oh, I've got so much stuff, I'll never do it. Or, I don't know if I deserve that house. It's so nice. I've never had a house like that. Even my face changed when I offered those types of thoughts. So the ones are to remind you that your angels are near. It's a manifesting moment. And it's a time for you to just pay attention to how you've been talking to yourself so that you can manifest what's coming up. Sometimes numbers that come to us are not from our angels. Sometimes they're from our family members. So look for numbers that have to do with someone's house number. Like my grandpa and grandma Walker come to me about 2 times a week, and they show me 517. That's their house number. Could be an anniversary, a birthday, could be a passing day. Watch for those numbers that you know make sense to a certain person. And when you see those numbers, the meaning is twofold. First part is that they're with you. Second part is whatever you're working on in your life, they are on your team with your angels to help you work through it. So that's what the numbers are about. I would encourage you to look for those numbers. Everybody look for the numbers. Leave your house in the morning and say, angels, family, I'm looking for you. Send me the signs. Then you look for numbers. You look for animals like the cardinal, the eagle, the hawk, and just pay attention to what is given to you. I hope that helps.
So we're on time. We could either do one more reading with this guest that's in now, or you could just do 2 quick comments again.
Let's do the reading from Zoom.
Okay. Click on gallery view. I'll bring it back to that.
Gallery view, gallery view. There we are.
This is Brenda.
Hi, Brenda. How are you, darling? Can you hear me? Let's see. I can't hear Brenda yet, so do you have yourself muted, Brenda? Can you unmute? Try it now. Try it now one more time.
Can you hear me?
There you are. I think that might have been my fault. Sorry, everybody.
Oh, that's all right.
Brenda, love, how can I help you tonight?
I had a difficult thing in my life about 5 years ago, and it seems to linger, I guess. And I can't stay well, it'd be my time 3 a.m., but your time 5 a.m.
So at 3 a.m., you're waking up every night, and you believe this to be related to a trauma that you encountered a few years back?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel comfortable telling me what that trauma was? You don't have to.
I found my grandma passed away.
Okay. When you go to sleep, first of all, your angels would like you to pay attention to the health of your sleep. How are you sleeping? Because once we get past alpha brainwaves, theta brainwaves, we get into REM sleep, we go into deep sleep. That's actually called something, the angels call it family meeting, where every night we get a chance to sit around a table with our loved ones. They will come in and out according to what we're dealing with, as well as your angels, and sometimes, if it's in your personal theology, a representation of your religious beliefs. Could be Buddha, could be Jesus, could be Mother Mary. That seems to happen for you around 2:30. That's when you're getting into that deep sleep. So on those nights when you are getting good sleep, that's when your deep sleep cycle begins. It's at 2:30. Some of the things that they are taking you back to, so in this family meeting, you have an opportunity to look at memories that might be getting in the way of your wake time. Maybe you didn't have a chance to grieve, or that could be a season of your life where bam, 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 negative or perceived negative things were happening to you. I see talk of that in your family meeting, and when it gets to be about 2:55, I see your angels saying, that's enough for tonight. And then you boost into lighter sleep and you wake up about 3 a.m. That's the technical reason why you're waking up. Can you get back to sleep after you wake up?
No.
Okay. I would like you to talk to your angels about that so that your sleep, that your waking up feels more gentle, that they can spread that out a little bit. At 3:17, there's something clicking on at your house. They're saying that could be furnace or air conditioner, could be a pet or something jumping on the bed.
Actually, a light, my bathroom light has
Flips
been
on.
clicking off and on every once in a while.
Okay, now that is spirit. And as alarming as it can be for a light to come on or a TV to come on at night, it is someone trying to get your attention, and I don't feel that it's negative anyway. So I want to take off that fear from you if there is any. I feel that there's a cousin involved. It's a younger gentleman that passed. Cousin, could be uncle, but it feels younger than that. Do you have a cousin that passed or a brother?
A cousin, yes.
Okay, so this is cousin who comes through with grandma. This cousin really takes care of grandma. That's much of his function. When they're in your house, they are made of electricity. When we're not stuck in this fleshy, farty, burpy body, we're made of electricity. And when we walk in a room, sometimes the electricity will change. Our phone battery can go down. Our computer battery will go down. That just happened to me a couple minutes ago. Lights can flicker. It's them. So I think it's keeping you awake because there's so much activity in your house. It is family related, but it's hard for you to go back to sleep. So this is what I ask you to do. Talk to your angels and say, first of all, when I'm coming out of that family meeting, can you make that slower so I don't wake up so much? Then I want you to talk to your family who's around at that time and say, I love that you're here, but could you go downstairs? Or could you visit me tomorrow when I'm drinking my coffee? Change that a little bit. Say to them, when the lights flicker, it keeps me awake. There's some communication that needs to happen. There's nothing you could say to them that will separate them from you, but it's good for you to share your feelings. This is keeping me awake, or this is creeping me out, so that they know what they're doing might not be working for you. Your grandma is telling me something about your spinal cord, something about your back. What do you suppose that is?
Before she passed away, I was probably 5 months ago, before she passed away,
Okay.
that I had
Can I feel that?
a spot taken off my spine. It was attached to my spine. And it wasn't like anything cancerous or anything.
It's fibrous. It was
Yes.
causing pain, I think.
Yes.
I believe this is your grandma validating for you that it's her. Sometimes that specific information needs to come in so you know, okay, I trust Rachel, but how about a little validation as well? That seems to be what your grandma is giving us. And she puts her hand over that part of your back, and when she releases her hand, this is going to seem a little kooky, but I see a big Band-Aid. And when I see a Band-Aid applied to somebody's body from spirit, it's them saying, from our perspective, this has been healed. This is healed. And she helped with that healing, I believe. Anything, I hope that helped. Do you want to guide me a little bit? Is there something else I can help with?
There's just been certain things that's been on my mind of when I found her, if she had like called out to me, because I was staying with her and I was helping take care of her.
Were her arms stretched out?
To a point, yeah. I mean, she couldn't lift them up all the way, but yeah.
We're out a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
When she took her final breath, her body got a boost of air or a boost of energy. And I think that boost was given to her so her angels could scoop her soul out of her body. And when she got this boost of energy, what I see happening is I do see I hear some vocalization. It doesn't sound like a word. It sounds like a big sigh. I see her arms moving forward, and that's really her body responding to her beautiful soul exiting her body. This felt beautiful, she says. It felt like she's showing me a picture of a blossoming flower. Like if you put that on time lapse and you make it go really fast and the flower goes whoosh, just like that. She says that's what it felt like. And she wants you to know that because she felt no pain at her passing. She wanted to pass by herself. She's very private. Even though a lot of people, I think, knew about her pain, she really chose to be pretty private. She wanted to she wanted to pass when she was by herself, she says. So if you feel like you missed something and you should have been there, I'd like you to lighten that off or take that off as a burden because it's not true. She chose to pass when she was by herself, and I don't feel that she called out for you. I feel that her body was responding kind of on autopilot from her soul releasing. After she crossed over, let's go about 45 minutes after she crossed over, that's when I hear her voice. I hear her kind of in a sing-songy voice saying your name, and she was letting you know that she's still around and she's okay. You might still listen for that. You might be getting out of the shower, you might be just cooking in your house, and you might just hear her say, "Hi, I love you." You might hear her say something because she's got the ability to do that. So
I thought I heard it yesterday.
Yeah.
I was getting out of my car. There was like no one around, like no one. It's like completely dark outside because I was getting off like late at night. And like nobody. And all I heard was Brenda. So I turned around and I'm like, what
Nobody's
the
there.
heck?
It's
And
Grandma.
there's like nobody here. I'm like freaked out. So I'm like running into the house and I'm like, okay, this is good. Whoa.
Yeah.
And he's like, what's the matter? What's the matter? And I'm like, no, seriously, you don't understand.
Well, please know that that's your family. I don't see anything negative around you. And if I did, I would at least tell you privately. And I honestly don't see anything negative. When our family comes through, especially when it's dark outside or it's in the middle of the night, it can feel alarming. So that's a good time to say to your grandma, I love that you said hi to me, but you about made me wet my pants. Could you do that at another time when I'm seated? So that's a good thing for you to communicate with her. I'm really excited that you're one of those people that gets a chance to hear your grandma's voice, because there's many of us that would pay an unbelievable amount of money just to hear hello from our grandma, and you still get to have it. So I'm so grateful on your behalf that you have that. I'm going to let you go for now. It was good to talk to you.
I'm just hoping I did my part when taking care of her. That's just all I...
Yes, you did. Think back to every one of those moments, honey. When you did your best, you did what you're supposed to do. And like you might have heard from another caller before, this is your time to receive back some of the immense care that you've given out to other people. So pay attention to that part of the message as well, okay?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Sweetie. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
You could go to closing comments, or you could do one more like Facebook
Okay, I'm going to do a Facebook comment here, everybody. So,
Okay, so I can read it to you?
yes, well, I don't know if they can hear you. But okay, so I've got good-looking Jerry in the in the studio reading me Facebook comments, and I can take these off, right?
You should.
Oh, that feels good. Hold on, let's let the hair out for a minute. Okay, so we're gonna do a couple of Facebook messages. I'm ready.
Katie Lynn says, "Hi Rachel, someone saw an angel by me this weekend. They said the angel looked like me, but blonde, thinner, and in a cotton dress, and my dog could see her. I'm wondering if you can tell me more about this angel."
Mm-hmm.
This is from Katie Lynn.
Katie, your angel that you're referring to is the angel that lives on your right side. We have usually a right side and a left side angel. They're separated by sides because they have certain jobs that they do. Often our angels will take on our persona because when they do that, we get to feel them more intimately. We get to feel them with clarity. If your angel felt like a fat old man, you might not feel that that angel is around very much. So our angels will take on our persona, sometimes our humor, sometimes our voice. Often they take on our same hobbies or passions because they meet us where they are, where we are. When you saw your angel, that was not for you. That was for the person who saw your angel. Your angel came through as a teacher. There was a teachable moment there where whoever this was that told you really needed to validate his or her intuitive gifts. And your angel showed up in a way that was very clear and distinct. So you could hear that you have an angel around you, but this person who spoke to you and said, "Hey, you've got an angel around you," this happened so that that person's gifts could be validated. I also want to point out that there's not a lot of difference from a holy perspective between our animals and our angels. Our animals are gifted to us. Even if you adopted your animal found you somehow. And our animals have that same ethereal, holy, beautiful energy that's meant to help us. And so when our angels are around, they can see them. So be watching for your dog because our angels are around us every single moment. They never leave us, and our animals can see that. So that's what that was about and how exciting. I would love it if you could take a minute to get your watercolor paints out, or you could get your colored pencils out and you could interview your friend and make a nice portrait of your angel that you can keep there. All right? Thank you for your question.
So you could go to next week's guest. Also, you can tell people that we're zooming in, but we'll get to they can call in next week.
Okay, it's lovely that we got some beautiful calls today and we've got some Facebook messages. We're going to be doing this on Monday nights at 7. And you know how this works, right? If we get here at 7 and we've got some kinks to work out, hang with us like you did tonight. Thank you. We will be with you. This is how it's going to roll. You're going to be able to contact us using a Zoom call. If you've never used Zoom before, don't worry about it. It's easy. If you want to do a practice Zoom call because you're dying to get a reading, get on my website, send me an email that just says practice call. You can contact me. And then we'll do a quick 2-minute practice call so you can participate in one of the readings to come. If you don't want to be on screen, that's fine. You know that you have the possibility of getting a Facebook message as well. I would like to give a couple of thank yous, and then I'm going to tell you who's going to be on the show next week. First of all, I want to thank Funky Finds, located on Ingersoll. They have supplied some of our set and will continue to supply our set from weeks to come using some of their beautiful inventory. I want you to go there. They're open this Thursday. Go to Funky Finds on Ingersoll. They're at a temporary location, I think, for about a year as they remodel their other building. And just walking through their building and seeing how much cool stuff they have, I think will brighten your day. And I know these people, so I know when you go to the shop, you're going to feel safe. You're going to see people in masks. I know that they are good about cleaning. This is one of those times where I could say safely, my own opinion, that you can venture out and support a small business because they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I thank them for their friendship and for supplying what they gave this, if you can see, is this beautiful green lamp. It's got a beautiful glass table, and weeks to come we're going to have more pieces, and I'll try to show you those. So funky finds. I also want to thank DSM TV Live for being so fun to work with, and for presenting a venue like this for me and for many other people. It's really exciting, and I'm so thankful to be able to get the word out about what it's like to be spiritual and how it's not weird. I mean, I could be your neighbor, right? Right? Not weird. And this is something that's cool for everybody, so I'm glad for this opportunity. Next week, I want you to tune in because I'm going to have one of my dear friends, Randall Blackman, will be on the show. He is a psychic tarot card reader, among many other things, but that's what he's going to be presenting next week. So if you're interested in learning more about tarot cards, he really is the expert in his field in these parts. Randall has done an exceptional job growing spirituality in the Des Moines area by creating events and awareness, and you're going to get to meet him next week. If you want to have a reading with me or Randall next week, know that you can send a private message to DSM TV Live, or you can wait till we are live on the show and leave it to chance. If we are meant to read for you, we will read for you. If you really want a reading and you haven't had a chance to get on the show, I can still read for you. You can book a session with me. Go to my website, rachelcorpus.com, RACHELCORPUS.com. I give individual readings over the phone, Skype, or Zoom in these quarantine times, but soon we'll be going to in-person when it's safe. You can also engage my services for small group readings. I do readings at restaurants, sometimes at auditoriums. So if you've got a family celebration coming up in the next few months or a corporate event, you can certainly hire me for that. Go to my website to learn more about me and what I have to offer. And we will see you next week with psychic tarot card reader Randall Blackman.